Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to our channel. Please like, share, and subscribe, and try to listen to it with an open ear, and don't let your sentiments be cloud your judgment. So I read somewhere that Alex OTTI wants to build a stadium in about or thereabouts or in Abia State. I think about 30 something thousand capacity stadium. And when I went through the comments, I saw a lot of people celebrating it. And when they were celebrating, I was wondering what are they celebrating this issue for? Before that, I would say that Alex OTTI is doing a good work and is on the right path to make Abia State and Aba a livable place, a habitable place. But please, I want to advise him, because he has been doing well. So I won't be very critical of him. Please don't build any stadium. Abia State doesn't need a stadium. That's not what Abia needs. You understand? I think Eyimba has where they play soccer. Maybe you can refurbish that. But Abia doesn't need stadium, and there are many reasons why I would say so. First of all, I'm sure if you go around Abia State, a lot of rural roads will be in very bad shape. Why instead of building a stadium, why not use those money to fix those roads? And I want to also say that the money you want to use to build stadium, you can also use it to build a library, of about 1,000 like that has about 1,000 computers in each local government. I don't know whether you get my point. A modern library with glass air condition in all the local governments that has about 1,000 computers. I'm talking of a digital library, and you put this LMO Starlink, put a staff there. That will be far better. And things like all these physics textbook, chemistry textbook, biology textbook, all those, the soft copy will be in those laptops. You understand? Books that will enable people, and you also subscribe to some certain books that will add more value. I've not seen any Nigerian governor that has done that. Even the federal government has not done that. So that one will develop humans. That is human development. Then you build it in all the local governments, especially in the populated areas in each of the local governments. I think if you do that, you've added a lot of value. And then another thing too, there are many things you could also do apart from developing humans, lifting people out of poverty. I've mentioned it. You can decide to dwell on an annual crop and a biennial crop. Maybe say yam and plantain. I'm just giving an instance. And since people trust you, you can go to each local government, tell them to lease land. The land doesn't belong to the state. The land actually belongs to the community. They will lease this land for, I'm talking of massive scale of land. And you can grow yam. You look for the Federal Minister of Agriculture. Ask them who is the biggest yam grower in Nigeria. Then you can hire him on contract to come and grow yam for the state. You pay him well, and give him benefits where you tell him to come and grow yam in massive scales. You understand? Because he has experience, because farming is experience. And the Ministry of Agriculture will support you. Then you can go and grow massive yam plantations in all the local governments in Abia, together with plantain. Then let's say you look for a source of protein, maybe fish. There's this Yoruba boy I saw that was growing fish in very massive scale. You can look for those people. It doesn't need to be Igbo people. You understand? They will head the project, train graduates. You can even streamline it and say, okay, people that will select for this program is people that studied agriculture in Abia, and it will be grade dependent. So if you have a first class, that means you have a clear opportunity. You understand? Then the government can, after building this farm, now you will manage the farm and it will serve as a loan, and you pay back this money. I don't know whether you get the picture. I'm saying this will be far better than building a stadium. Now you've created jobs and kept people busy. Now in this farming settlement, it could even be a hostel, and the farming must be organized. Even they will have uniforms and everything. I'm talking of massive. Just imagine you have like 20 kilometers where they are growing yam. You can even decide to, let me not even talk about cash crop now. I'm talking of food crop, because people are hungry in Nigeria. You understand? Then you can even sign MOU with a company. Even that yam, you can even create a mini industry where the yam, they will turn it to yam chips after, so that you don't even sell it out. You look for these things, you can build it finish. After building it, you auction it to a private person so that the government doesn't have any hand in it. You understand? That one, you've already created jobs. Just imagine you have a big industrial scale where you fry plantain, fry yam, and make it in various forms. You don't know the jobs and things you would have created. You've created an industry. It's better than building a stadium. Some people will come here and argue stadium. It's just, I remember when Omahi was building a Bonny airport, I was shouting, you don't need an airport. When the human development, you have not developed it. Capital development, all the development in the world, you have not done it. Now you're building stadium, the airport that few people will pass through. It's almost the same thing like stadium. How many times do they use the stadium? If it's a private funded stadium, it's fine. The private person can build it. You can, organize a good place for them and they will manage it. But not a government building stadium at this time. A lot of people are poor and hungry. So these are just some of the ways. I don't want to even talk of primary and secondary schools in all the local government. I don't want to talk of sports centers. Alex OTTI, you're doing a great work. So this is why I'm giving you this piece of advice. Like Ndidi and Aderemi, the guy that plays for Dortmund, that say he loves Fufu. There's a setup they did for sports centers. You can also do that. Train Abians you have a partnership with the NFA. They will train Abians that are interested in sports as coaches. Now these coaches will be in all the local governments. So what do? They will have a minor and a major league. I'm telling you, they will have 20 teams. They will even have a referee. So in the minor leagues, you pay these coaches 100k for a start. So in the minor leagues, you have junior players. In the major leagues, it could be anybody that is old, that is fit, that wants to play. So look at the setup that them do. You can build that kind of setup in all the local government. You can build all these things in an area. The primary and secondary school, you build it in an area, the same area. The sports center, the same area. You understand? Then even there are many things you can do. Even a lot. There are even the ones you subsidize fertilizers for farmers in Abia. And these things you can use digital to track them. Before you take fertilizer, they will take your face map. Just like when you want to register for Binance, that kind of setup. They will video your face. So you can't run anywhere. You can't run. Before you run, your picture is all over the place. And you could be something that you could even, all of you can form a cooperative. So that somebody must know somebody that knows you. You understand? And the whole thing will be registered in an app. So these are just various ways you can remove people out of poverty, develop homes. Not building flyover. When Wike was shouting, is building flyover, and he didn't develop the people. You understand? Wike is one of the worst governors, but people don't know because he's building flyovers, sharing livers money, using it to drink wine and making noise. And you see Nigerians praising him. Any leader that doesn't develop human and doesn't develop infrastructure is just wasting. You must do the two. I like P2B, but I also have a problem when Obi always says it's more about developing humans. You must also do developing infrastructure side by side, world class. Not that Nigerian class. I'm talking of world class. There must be loans. Everything must be sharp. The science must be. Hey God, just the way it is in other countries now. At least do it, even if it's expensive. Do it. The legacy of that thing will be there for you for many years. When I first went to Benin, people used to mention of Obomedia. The road he built those days, those roads are still on till today, and people praise him. I'm telling you, if people see the Obomedia's children, people can dash them money. That is legacy. It's better to build one quality road than to build 50 fake road, 50 Chinese road. So these are just some of the things you can use the money to do. So you could build a sports center, just like I mentioned, Didi, the one in Didi built in Ajegule in Lagos with his friend Aderemi. You can build a primary healthcare center, world class. These things could have simple designs, but they could work class. Even their flooring would not be tiles, but this quality flooring they use in pharmaceutical industry. I don't know. I have to check the name of that flooring. I've been trying to get the name. I can't fathom it. So these are just some of the things. Primary and secondary school, sports center, and what do they call it? Even a place where people can lease borrow tractors. The only thing they just need is to fuel it. These things will encourage people, give people hope. You understand? So you could focus on food crops, like I mentioned. Then later, second tenor, because I'm sure you will. You can now do cash crops. You can even start cash crops now. Start scaling up. At the end of the day, the government leaves it for individuals. Even the community will have stake in it, because once the community has stake in it, they will become interested. They will protect it. Not when you maybe a government takes the leases land from community, you bring another individual from another place, and the community doesn't have any share. They will rob the whole place. They will bleed the whole place. But if they have shares in it, they will protect it. They will take care of it as their own. So these are just some of the ways, Please don't build a stadium. Please just do these things I say. The legacy will be there. Like this thing I mentioned about digital library, you can do it. You understand? With this LMO Starlink, it has broken a lot of barriers for connectivity every part of Nigeria. But Nigerian leaders are not grabbing it by the bull and horn. The governors in the 36 states, all of them is just chowing money. In other countries, you hear of service delivery, not just building infrastructure, but you must deliver services to it. Staffs must be there. This thing, government is not to make profit, but to create an enabling environment. While you're trying to do the industrial zone, trying to float new areas in Aba and all those things, livable areas, green areas. These are just some of the. You're doing a great job, but I'm just saying, please, Aba does not need a stadium. Please, let me know your thoughts. Do you agree or disagree with me? Do you think these things I mentioned? There are many ideas I have, and these are practical things. These are you can even run a pilot scheme. When we were small, we used to read about it. Pilot scheme, you run it, see, it doesn't work. Oh, it worked. So how can we improve it? Or you do it like that. You get people that are doing it. Don't be people that will tell you, we have PhD. People that are doing it. It doesn't mean whether the person is a SSC holder. As far as he can do it, you put him in charge. Then you can put people that are educated, that would streamline the whole process. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section if you agree or disagree with me.